Hey guys, Archer9234 with episode 68 of Ranger Review. Today I'll be reviewing the Power Rangers Mystic Force Titan Megazord, aka the Maji King from Maho Sentai Maji Ranger. Alright, so we have the red Mystic Ranger, the blue Mystic Mermaid, the pink Mystic Sprite, the green Mystic Minotaur, and the yellow Mystic Garuda. Alright, so let's start off with the Mystic Phoenix. I mean, it's already a decent toy. He also comes with the sword from the front part of the Mystic's saber. He can move his hands out, up and down, back and right, 360 degrees. He does have some pretty decent articulation. It's pretty much, you can bend his feet forward and back, sideways, and you can put him into like pretty much any kind of different poses you can think of. On the back of the Mystic Phoenix, you can also store the Mystic Saber from the back with the peg that comes, put it in the back. Overall, it's a pretty much decent toy. I mean, it's pretty much scaled as well. It does have all this great articulation. And as for the Mystic Phoenix that comes with the Phoenix Unizord, it's pretty much identical, except for some key different paint applications. Alright, next up is the Mystic Mermaid. She's an okay toy. She does have some pretty much limitations. She only can move her arms a little bit out. That's pretty much it. Feet can't really do much anything at all. She looks okay as a main toy. She also houses her trident weapon and the main body of the Mystic Saber in the back. I also suggest whenever you have the rear piece of the Mystic Saber on her back, you put her trident in her hand as well, because the problem is that the Mystic Saber piece in the back will cause her to constantly fall, and the trident keeps her in balance. Alright, so now we have the Mystic Minotaur. He is the largest of the group. He also forms the main body for the Dragon mode and Megazord mode. He does have some pretty decent articulated hands. You can move him in and out, up and down. He houses the main bottom part of the Mystic Saber. You can also bend his feet pretty much in decent positions. He does have some limitability, but it's much more better than the other, like for example, the Mystic Mermaid. Next up, we have the Mystic Garuda. Pretty much his simplistic design. Unfortunately, his hands are simply the wings, so he doesn't have any hands per se that you can, but they can rotate 360 degrees and be posed in pretty much any kind of bird formation you would like. Also, his feet can't bend, unfortunately. They can twist, but you can't really do much anyway due to transformation limitations. However, though, the wings are there to mainly keep him standing up, because if you put him anyway in a far position, he'll tip over and fall. And now finally we have the Mystic Sprite. Mainly, it's pretty much the weakest of all of the main five because it's extremely small. It only has movable hands. The body is just a solid body. It actually can't do anything else. It does have these movable back pieces, but it's mainly just to use it in order to keep the Mystic Sprite pretty much standing up. Now, unfortunately, in the Titan Megazord set or the Maji King set, it did not come with its ball. It only came inside the limited edition Maji King that was like basically chrome and also like, you know, silver design. Alright, so here we are, the Mystic Dragon. Now, it's a pretty much interesting design. I mean, it's unique compared to other previous different unique formations for it. It's fairly large. It doesn't have that many movable parts. It does have the movable hand from the Minotaurus, and it does have the movable head. You can move it slightly up and down, and of course you can open the mouth whenever you feel like it to do the roaring move. It can be posed a little bit like standing up a little bit more, and of course it can go a little bit further down. Unfortunately though, that this mode is actually fairly complicated in order to form. Once you get the hang of it, by doing it at least one time, you pretty much can get it all the time. And there's just some key areas that you constantly get mixed up in. It's mainly how the Garuda hooks up, and how the feet are pretty much transformed for the Minotaur. Now, as well as you can also mount the Mystic Phoenix as well, since it does support the sitting mode. All you got to do is simply open the legs and then attach them to the pins in the back. Unfortunately enough though, the Magic Dragon or Mystic Dragon can't really bend any further down. So unfortunately the Mystic Phoenix is at an awkward angle, but other than that, it pretty much follows the show. It pretty much, you can put the wings in any position pretty much if you wanted to, slightly different, or close a little bit more, you can do it if you want. But other than that, it's pretty much non-movable, but it is a nice display piece. Alright, here we have the Titan Megazord. Now this is really nice and interesting design for the Titan Megazord. I mean, it doesn't have that much articulation, but it looks really cool. It pretty much you can go and move the arms 360 degrees. And of course now in this mode, all the weapons that are used individually for each of the Titans are combined into the Mystic Saber. You can also do the flying Titan mode, where you simply extend the Garuda wings and fully open them up all the way in order to do the flying mode that they do in the show as well. It's an interesting piece when it's like this, and as always, the special edition gimmick for the Mystic Titan, where you combine the Solar Streak chest piece. You can also do the Saint Mystic Phoenix and Korag's figurine as well. Now, as for alterations, unfortunately extensive alterations were done to the Mystic Titan. First off, for the Mystic Phoenix, unfortunately enough, they didn't finish painting the feet over here. The extra end details that around the leg areas had silver paint on him. For the Mystic Minotaur, extensive amount of paint was unfortunately missed. Mostly it's the blue paint that's usually over here, and some green paint over here. There was green paint over here that was missing. There was a piece of blue paint that was on the arms, on each arms, unfortunately is missing. The outer edge of the horns is missing blue paint as well. Now the main missing part for the paint is the chest area. Now the top part of the chest was supposed to have blue paint as well, and also the whole chest area over here was supposed to be blue, but it's missing paint as well. For the Mystic Garuda, unfortunately, there was a silver paint over here on the edge areas for the legs. They were blue. On the wingtips, basically this area is supposed to be painted, black. Same for the reverse side. The lightning bolt symbols were supposed to be black. On the inner side, Over here was supposed to be painted yellow. The inner inside of the wing over here, it was supposed to be a silver paint as well, but unfortunately it's missing and it only has the yellow base body paint. For the Mystic Mermaid, extensive paint on the shoulders is missing. Mainly over here that faces the front part for the feet is supposed to be a blue trim going all over the place here. It's not been painted in. And the ball joints on her feet are supposed to be painted blue. Unfortunately not. This causes a serious issue when it's in Titan Megazord mode where it's simply much blank and black and dark only visible. Next up is the Mystic Sprite. Unfortunately enough though, a lot of extensive paint is missing on the Mystic Sprite. First and foremost, the main dragon design on the back. This forms the main chest area for the Titan Megazord. This area is supposed to be actually put pink, but they simply just left the blue paint on only. And the worst part of all is that her entire bottom half of her body hasn't been painted at all. Mainly this is supposed to have been pink and some silver extra detailing, but unfortunately it's blank on the American version. So overall, I highly suggest getting it. You pretty much can do many different kind of combos. I mean, it's also a unique design. Overall, I do suggest you to get this, but do worry that you'll have to, if you want a more high quality product, please find the Magic King over the Titan Megazord, but if you have no other option, I suggest you can get the Mystic Titan if you really don't care about the paint. Because overall, the mold is pretty much the same, and you can still interact with the Japanese products if you choose to get, like, for example, the Centaurus Megazord. So yeah, that's it for the Titan Megazord. Stay tuned for the Delta Enforcer. Rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week.